Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Trotsky or Bust. This is Saturday, August 12th. I told you last time I want to do a video on a boycott, where we're going to boycott certain companies that contribute money to politicians. We're not there yet. I'm doing this video. It's not about that. It's what's going on today in Charlottesville, Virginia, but the riots with the Nazis and those KKK people. And this is what I want to talk about. Now, I know those people, they're a minority of white people or conservative white people. But this shows you something. This is simmering, where you have, poor white people blaming poor minorities and poor minorities blaming poor white. And this is just the oldest trick in the book, where you get one group of poor people fighting another group of poor people. Now, I know a lot of you out there are going to say, how dare you compare us with the Nazis? I'm not comparing with the Nazis, obviously. But this is where it comes down to. We're playing right into the hands right now of the powers that be, whether they be Trump or the Democrats or the corporate media. They're loving this, loving this. We should not, under any circumstances, be fighting one another. Okay, we have to talk to one another. And I know it's hard. How do you talk to someone like that? Well, it's hard. But a few months ago, I was watching a special. It was Chris Hayes, and he had Bernie Sanders doing a town hall in West Virginia. And he had this, white coal miner, this guy who voted for Trump, our stereotypical Trump voter. And Bernie Sanders brought up Medicare for All. And how did this miner feel about it? And the answer was he liked it. He loved it. Okay? If we focus on the issues, never try to fight with them, and never ridicule them. You watch Bill Maher, he says, oh, they're in a bubble. Like, this multimillionaire is going to say that about ordinary people, that they're in a bubble, not him? Really? This does no good at all. We have to stay focused on the issue, and we can never, ever fight one another. Okay, it only plays into their hands. I have friends who are obviously not Nazis, but I have friends who are conservatives, people who voted for Trump, and they're not unlike us. And you ask, why do they vote for Trump? Well, the reason they vote for Trump is the exact same reason people vote Democrat. Is they see the Republicans as the lesser of the two evil. They know who Trump is. Trump is not one of them. Trump is a multi-millionaire. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Anybody who thinks Trump is one of them should try to get into his country clubs. That would be impossible. And so they know this. They know this. It's just that, they have two really bad options, and they have to choose between one of them. And they choose Republicans because that's who they decide. Maybe Republicans are, their fix is to, build a wall, which isn't that, not that we should build a wall, but it's not to say that illegal immigrants don't bring wages down. They do. Okay? We do have to find a path, but we can't do what we're doing today in Virginia. We cannot fight one another. They're loving this. Just watching Joy Reid. She's, she was giddy practically. I know, that, all these white supremacists, and they're the enemy, and it's Trump who's behind it. And, screw you, Joy Reid. You're just a sellout. All right. I do want to do some more. I do very much want to talk about the boycott. I'm not going to do that too much today. I really don't know how to organize a boycott. I hope some of you do, and please send me. If you have any ideas, send them to me. I'm going to little by little try to identify companies and do it a word of mouth, get the word out about the boycott, how we're going to boycott companies that contribute money to politicians, and how, we're going to try to get them to stop. Okay. Some good news today. The other day I read that Democrats are having trouble fundraising. Well, there's a reason for that, is that when you talk about money in politics, you always think of the big money, and obviously that's very influential. But there's also a chunk of their money comes from small donors, people like you and me who give, maybe $27 or $100, and Democrats are falling behind. They're doing fine with their corporate donors, as are the Republicans. Republicans are doing fine with their small donors. Democrats are not. People have had enough of them, and they should. Democrats should be given a simple choice. You're either going to take money from the corporations or from us, but not both. You can't have both, okay? Because whoever you take money from is who you're going to work for, and they have to make that decision. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about this purity test that people are complaining about. I love purity tests because it's one of the few times that we actually get to talk about the issues. And certain Democrats, most of the Democrats don't want to talk about the issues. They want to accuse us of giving purity tests. They don't want, we don't have the right to not vote for someone who isn't for the issues that we're for, who's on the different side of the issue that, if you're for Medicare for all, then you don't deserve my vote. If you're for money in politics, you don't deserve my vote. We'll talk about that. I just wanted to make a quick video regarding the violence today in Virginia. Please stop. If you have friends who are on the right, talk to them. Find common ground. I have such friends, and you can convert them, okay? Because we're not trying to convert them to be Democrats. See, they see Democrats as liberals, or the left. We know that's not true. We tell them who we are and that we don't like the Democrats any more than they do. And they know who the Republicans are. And they probably, in their heart, don't like the Republicans any more than we do. All right? Anyhow, tell me what you think. Give me a like or dislike for this video. Tell me, send me comments. Subscribe. Please subscribe. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. And I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.